All right, guys, let's take a look at a watch that was just released today. So again, snapshot in time. This is September 8th. I think it was released today or yesterday, but it's the Axios Flagship, and I'll put a link down in the description. It's axioswatches.com in case you just want to type it in and look it up yourself. Axios is a brand that is related to Zelos, so you're going to see a lot of the same quality control and value options that you would traditionally see with the Zelos line. You're also going to see in the Axios line, just a different package, really a different design concept. So case size on this, well, I'm going to do a couple measurements at you. It's a 40 millimeter on the top side, but that's based on the overall width of the bezel. The case is actually like 39 mil. You can see the bezel is just a touch wider than the case. So 40 and 39 there. 47 lug to lug. You can see the main case profile is very thin and has a nice turn down to the lugs. They're non-drilled, but I don't know if they could drill them, man. They're so tightly tapered down. It gives the overall side profile a nice, clean, sleek look to it. The rest of the height is going to be taken up by the bezel and the case back. So that would be 13 mil, including the bubble and double dome sapphire crystal on this guy with AR coating. If you were to somehow exclude the thickness of the sapphire, you would be closer to like 11.3 millimeter is what I kind of grabbed. So it's a pretty thin watch. 20 millimeter lug width bracelet tapers down to 18, which is awesome. I mean, these beads of rice bracelets are so comfortable, or whatever you want to call them, grains of rice, beads of rice. So they're always so fluid on wrist. They're just super comfortable. And you can make them look pretty jewelry-like when you do the polished, you know, the rice bits, if they're polished, and then you have the brushed outer flanks, such as this bracelet, I think is the perfect way to do a beads of rice. Now the clasp is all milled out. It has 6 micro adjusts. It's double pusher and then the single fold over. So pretty clean, normal way that you're going to see on a micro brand, and that is honestly the way I prefer it. There's no dive extension. I don't need any of that. This particular method works great. And the brushing and finishing on it and everything is really good. I didn't peel that one off. So you can see the grain of the brushing on it is very nice on the clasp and on the watch itself. Actually, you can, if I zoom in here, you can take a closer look. The fitment of the bracelet end link to the case is really nice. It matches up. You can see the coin edge on the bezel is very good, as is the coin edge on the crown. It is a signed crown. Crown measurement is 6 millimeter. Screw down, obviously, 200 meter water resist. You can see that now there's different colorways. This one's called the Defiance, which is full black with the gilded indices and handset. This is what I picked. They actually allowed me to pick one. So you can, because they sent this in for video. So you can see it's got a sapphire loomed insert. And then you can see that ink black dial with those really nicely applied indices. Black date wheel, also framed in with that gold tone. And then the logo up there just below the 12. Now, when we do the Loom Shot on this, you're going to see 2 different colors loom. You're going to see the C3X1, yay, thank you for C3X1, and BGW9. So both are home runs. Obviously, the BGW9 is going to pale a little bit in comparison to the C3X1, which is basically overpowered. Like it, you know, torches out Seiko loom traditionally. So if you click on the website, the price point on these is $499, so you're right there at that sweet spot of 500 or below, and I think you get a killer package. It's using the Miyota 9015 movement, so you have the 4 hertz beat, and you have the nice clean overall, you know, respected movement for sure. And then you have the dive watch, you know, the water resistance and 120 click bezel, the beads of rice, all of the stuff that I already talked about is all just really good stuff. So bezel action is tight. There's no play. There's no back, you know, spacing on it or anything like that. It just clicks its way. It's around. It's very audible, very tactile in its feel. So, and you can see it lines up good. Also comes with this Tropic style strap with extra spring bars. So if you want to swap that out, you could do that. But oh man, the beads of rice is so good. It's so comfortable. And you can see the bracelet as I took it apart here. They're all individual pieces. Nice screws. I used a 1.2 by 40 screwdriver. It is a smaller head that you're going to need for the screws. I did notice there is no Loctite on these, so probably a good idea to disassemble when you get it. Disassemble it and put a little bit of Loctite on each one of the threads and then put it back in, and then you're going to be good to go. Not that those would back out, but why chance it? So I think just go through, get a little intimate with your watch, take the screws out, put a little Loctite on them, put them back in, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to cheat a little bit just because dramatic effect, and I have that silly loomed out 3D printed thing in the background that usually tries to show off. So for the Loom Shot, I'm going to UV charge that, and then we're going to kill the lights. And there you have it. You can see it. The C3X1 is always the star of a show when you have that application on a watch. But you can see where they put the BGW9 is just inboard of the three main indices here, the 12 and the 3 and the 9. They have some BGW9 there. And then I think, I can't tell in that sapphire, I can't tell, that might be C3X1 as well. So the BGW9 is limited to just kind of add a little pizzazz. So really nice looking, excellent loom, excellent looking watch at that sweet spot $500. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you on the next vid. So I didn't show the case back. I remembered right as I shut the thing off there. So if you watched this long, maybe you want to see that too. These are limited production. This is number 25 of 150. So I think there's 150 of each colorway. That's a 3D pressed case, what is it, the HMS Victory. It's a ship from the Napoleonic era or something like that. It's all written down on the website if you want to read up on the ship. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching.